this year. I think he will be a factor tonight.
Certainly will be, Matt. He's been very strong and very consistent. Here they come. Pace car dives to the infield. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Matt Buckler with the call of the Dunleavy's SK Light main event.
The spotlight on Todd Doulard. As they go down the barrel, a little bobble for Doulard, trying to get the lead away from Stern, and it will be Doulard in front. And now trying to make a bold move to the inside is Nathan Pitko.
Off the turn, it looks like the Shark. Bob Charland with car number 1. Trouble now. We've got a spin. It is Sears who goes spinning. Everybody scrambles to get on by. And believe it or not, Matt, I don't think there was any contact made as Sears' car went literally around like a top.
But that was Bob Charland who made a dynamite.
Yeah, guys, I want to talk about Mikey Flynn for a moment. Second in the feature event a week ago. Second in this race last year. Talked to him in our pre-race spotlight on the Stafford Facebook page. Very optimistic about having a shot at his first win here tonight as we are set for the restart.
We sure are, Kyle, as here they come, rumbling off turn number 4. Charland was a little bit weak on the jump, but Doulard quickly takes over the number 1 spot. 3 wide back as they come off turn number 2.
Wesley Prucker forcing the issue on the inside as he tries to cannonball his way underneath Doulard. Here comes Wesley Prucker, and he gangbusters his way into the lead.
Julio moves now into the inside.
And Doulard gets the lead back.
And just as we had anticipated, corner is there. Here comes Doulard, and here comes Charland. Big move to the outside for Charland with the number 1 car. Gathers it back rather impressively off the turn. Here comes Prucker. Here comes JP. And all of a sudden, car number 54, Mikey Flynn. Kyle Rickey called it best. He's threading the needle through traffic. If it worked their magic, Charland is back in second.
Hey guys, Brian Narducci on pit road. It looks like a right front flap for Narducci, who came onto pit road just after the drop of the green flag.
And there is nobody to change that tire. So Brian Narducci, he is in spectator country on pit road. Amazing play change. Here comes Charland inside. Charland, he is able to jackhammer his way into the lead.
Bob Charland turning in the performance of his career. The Wicked Motorsports machine is looking just that. Wicked up front, but Doulard keeps digging in as they come off the turn. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, side by side, wheel to wheel, Charland and Doulard evenly matched as they come off turn 4.
And Julio trying to get underneath Mikey Flynn. And now it is Prucker to move into third. Battle for the lead. On the outside, hanging tough, Todd Doulard. He is not backpedaling tonight. And Bob Charland, in September, he will be 56 years old. And they are frozen together like twin pops coming off of turn 4.
And Charland, when he owns a business called Wicked Motorsports, he is looking wicked tonight. But here's a bid. Prucker goes down low. Meanwhile, 4 cars contending. Doulard gets shuffled back. Here comes Julio, along with Mikey Flynn. Meanwhile, Amanda West is in the middle of all of this. Back to the stripe they come. Charland is still the leader.
And Mikey Flynn is able to bob and weave his way into the top 3, getting ahead of Doulard. Then it is Julio trying to pounce on Doulard. At the front is Wesley Prucker. He said he made a mistake setting up the car last week and cost him dearly. He figured out what was
3 wide as they come off the turn. Mikey Flynn trying everything on the bottom. Prucker takes back the number 1 spot. Here comes Mikey Flynn.
There is no question Mikey Flynn is one of the most aggressive drivers in the division. Right now, he is able to we have yellow. So a problem on lap number 8 and the second yellow of the race.
And the caution is for debris on the racetrack.
Case here, the muffler definitely off on the left-hand side of this car, and some damage to the 54 from that muffler. But Mikey Flynn trying to get back into this race still.
What a heartbreaker for that young, talented driver who was showing so much potential and muscle. And
well,
it
let's
looks
see
like
if he heads back out.
And it doesn't look, nope, doesn't look good.
No.
Because we are green.
He will not trust the Midas touch. There is Trucker reestablishing himself out in front.
Here comes JP, Jonathan Pulio with the number 57 machine, working his magic to the inside. Off the turn, back to the stripe. Pulio is now into second.
Teddy Hodgson making a move, trying to get under Todd Doulard. That will be a fight for fourth.
Charland still digging hard on the outside, and then it's Noah Corner, another graduate from the Legends division, with Hodgson working his magic. They are almost 3 wide again as they come back to the stripe.
Noah Corner came close to winning this race 2 years ago, but got involved in a predicament in a melee and didn't finish. Right now he's going after Charland, and a fireball move by Corner, but Charland maintains his third-place perch.
Charland must have ate his Wheaties today because he is really going for the gusto.
I think he had every cereal on the shelf.
Meanwhile, mid up front, third lead change of the event. Will it happen or will it not? Jonathan Pulio with a little power assist. Jonathan Pulio on the inside. JP looks racy off turn number 4, and Jonathan Pulio becomes the brand new leader of the event.
And now it is Corner trying to move into second. So here is Corner underneath the 22 of Prucker. Hodgson moving into the top 4. As they waltz their way off the corner, it is Jonathan Pulio out in front on lap number 13.
And who's trouble down the front straightaway. We've got, wow, several cars spinning.
Sears is in the middle of it.
Doulard's car is also involved, car number 16. The 8 car is involved, and the Alexander Bull machine, car number 7, is involved. And the 87 car, we believe, and the 15 machine of Amanda West.
So we see Amanda West, and we see a lot of debris on the track. Boy, it hasn't been Joey Farino's night tonight. Got involved in a jingle in the qualifying, the Montanari fuel car. So we are ready for a restart. The curtain ready to rise again in our SK Lights in the Dunleavy's Modifieds 40-lap event.
Here they come off turn number 4. The green flag is back out, and Pulio gets a real good run for it.
As Prucker did not come up to speed.
Noah
and getting
Corner
pitched in behind him was Hodgson.
Noah Corner moves in quickly into second, and Charland refuses to be left out of the big dance tonight.
And right behind Charland is a guy we were talking about with the fast car, Stephen Chapman.
Look at Teddy Hodgson.
Boy, Nick Anglace is in the top tier of the field in the white number 10 car.
Now, he started way back in the 18th starting position, so he's doing a pretty good job. Buckeye is also coming on strong, now among the top 4 cars.
And now Hodgson is made up for getting bogged in behind Prucker and is moved back into the top 3. Right behind him is Mark Buckeye. Buckeye pretty crafty. Here comes Corner. Bold move, trying to take over the lead from Pulio.
Pulio left the door open as they rumble off turn number 4. Back to the stripe. But JP continues to try to hold on. Bottom shot, turn number 1. Here comes Teddy Hodgson on the outside. Will he give a power assist to Pulio? Pulio takes back the lead. Meanwhile, Corner is right there. Runs to the inside, Matt. Here comes Buckeye as they work their way back to the stripe.
Pulio being hounded and surrounded by Teddy Hodgson. Also in the picture is Corner. Buckeye doing a good run, and Charland is not quitting tonight. He almost got the 5th spot away from Anglace. As they swirl off the corner, it is still Pulio in command.
There's no question about it. Pulio is showing that he has learned his lessons well in just one season of competition, and it's just the beginning of the season. Meanwhile, here comes Teddy Hodgson, the graduate. Looks to graduate to the front of the field to take the big money home. Ooh, Noah Corner's car gets a little bit sideways coming off the turn.
And now trying to make a statement on the outside is Stephen Chapman, trying to dance around the one of Charland. Prucker is at the rear of that pack, but at the front it continues to be Teddy Hodgson, who was able to take the lead away from Pulio. And Teddy Hodgson, he was a winner at the tail end of the 2018 season, and right now he is the leader of the pack at the halfway point.
Off the turn, deep into turn number 3. As they work their magic back to the line, Hodgson motors away out in front, but here comes Buckeye.
Now, one driver you might want to keep an eye on, Glenn Griswold. He has fresh rubber tonight, and Glenn Griswold is one of those guys who usually performs well in the second half of the race. Corner trying to keep that number 57 behind him as they bob and weave their way off the turn. Anglace getting a handful now from Stephen Chapman. And all by his lonesome at the front of the field is Teddy Hodgson. As what a week for him. He graduated from college, and now he is trying to graduate to the top of the field in the Dunleavy's Modifieds 40-lapper.
There's no question about it as they continue to work and apply pressure a little further back in the field. Chapman is coming to the front of the field. He's down underneath Vinny Anglace as they work their magic off turn number 4. Down to the stripe they come, and it is Chapman with Charland trying to follow him back through.
Two high school kids battling each other, and Chapman was the winner of that battle against Nick Anglace. It is still Hodgson in total control at the front of the field with Buckeye in second. Now Buckeye, he has a lot of finesse. I think if anybody has saved something for the final 15 laps, it would be Mark Buckeye.
There's no question about that, as they continue to run. Meanwhile, Vinny Anglace drops off the pace, not Vinny, but his son drops off the pace just a bit with car number 10 for Nick Anglace. Starts back in the 18th spot, and what a good run he's had.
That was Parker who was able to get there. Then we have Griswold, Norm Sear, another guy who was surprised a lot of carnage.
Down underneath Charland, and that is the battle.
Well, I think Parker's car has gotten better here the last couple of laps.
Yep, it seemed to come back to life.
Looked like it was in a coma, but it's wide awake now. And the dominant car at the front of the field continues to be Teddy Hodgson, still a student at Danbury High, even though he has a diploma. Trying to get a diploma tonight, something better than a diploma, a trophy.
Teddy Hodgson just clicked off on lap number 28 at 19.657.
He goes underneath Alina Bryden. So Bryden, one of the slower cars, and Teddy Hodgson very effectively went by him. Now he is going after Ed Tchaikovsky. Has to be very careful here. Makes a dive bomb move to get by Tchaikovsky, but things got a little nerve-wracking that time for Hodgson.
There's no question about it, but Buckeye is coming. He's closing up the gap, and here comes Jonathan Pulio applying the pressure to the Noah Corner machine.
And Corner has a little more pizzazz as they come off of turn number 2.
10 circuits remaining and counting down. Now down on pit road, car number 2, and that is Paul French.
So Podium Paul in spectator country, but right now he is watching the battle between his driver, Mark Buckeye, trying to corral the number 55, the Montanari fuel car of Teddy Hodgson.
No question about it as they rumble back to the line. Buckeye is closing up the gap ever so slightly with a 19.657 against a 19.699. Charland's in trouble. Down on the grass, something has went awry there. Back up to the 3rd spot, side-by-side racing.
And Pulio is back on the podium and trying to, or almost there, as he is trying to get underneath that number 31 of Corner. And look who has made it a threesome for the number 3 position. That is Stephen Chapman. He is within handshaking distance of Jonathan Pulio, all over the back bumper like bandages on a mummy.
There's no question about it, Matt. They continue to work their magic in the closing laps of this event. Hodgson has been the dominant force. Buckeye has been the contender. Pulio and Corner have battled lap after lap, and now Stephen Chapman is right there. 5 circuits to go.
And Puleo has tried for about the last 8 laps to get underneath corner and hasn't made it work. Chapman is along for the ride in car number 14, one of the youngest drivers in the field, having a glittering performance. Then we have Prucker in 6.
Look at Chapman down underneath Puleo with 4 circuits to go. 2 miles left in the competition here.
2 young drivers who are pretty good friends battling it out for the number 4 spot. Prucker is in total control of 6. Then we have Angles, but up at the front, Teddy Hodgson is starting to pull away from Mark Buckeye. So Buckeye gave him his best, and Hodgson has responded, but slower cars in front. The bride in one of them, they go double file in front of Hodgson, has nowhere to go! Makes contact with Bryden.
And that brings out a caution.
They went double file in front, Hodgson had nowhere to go, and he wound up getting kicked to the curb.
No question about it, and a lapped automobile became the meat in the sandwich.
Next door, and Mark Buckeye has his opportunity here thanks to the yellow.
Here we go. It's a dash for the cash. Dunleavy style from the Stafford Motor Speedway. 37 of 40. Teddy Hodgson has been the class of the field. Buckeye has been the contender.
So it is a 3-lap scoot for the loot.
Here they come. Hodgson. Slight advantage. Here comes Buckeye. Here comes Puleo again on the outside lane.
Buckeye trying to make a move for the lead.
Bonsai move to the inside. Buckeye comes off the turn. 2 laps to go. Hodgson is still the leader. Final 2 circuits.
It has turned into a match race between Hodgson and Buckeye. Buckeye, is he capable of making one more move? And we have trouble for Robert Bloxham. He is in the infield grass.
And the caution flag comes out.
Also Prucker in Mother Nature Boulevard. We'll see if he can use that against Teddy Hodgson. Oh, I think we'll be going all out. In the second row, Noah Corner, Jonathan Puleo. And you talk about being a survivor. Stephen Chapman is there, and Norm Sear, he has a top 10 car. And he has been bounced around like a piñata at a children's birthday party for almost the entire race. And he has a chance to finish in the top 10. Who will finish in the top 1?
The start is crucial as they come off turn number 4. And it's down to the bottom of turn 1. Hodgson's car has gotten evil. Here comes Noah Corner to the inside to try to take over second. Deep into turn number 3.
Chapman also on the inside. He is fighting for 4th.
Here comes Corner to try to take over the lead. White flag is out.
And it is Hodgson on the outside. Barrels his way into the corner. Here comes Corner. Noah Corner down the backstretch. And responding is Hodgson.
Buckeye scuff the wall. Sparks will fly. Peppers will flare. Here comes Corner. Buckeye loses it around in turn number 4. Noah Corner takes the win by inches over Teddy Hodgson. What an incredible finish.
So it will be Puleo for 3rd, Prucker for
24th. Now we'll direct our attention to Kyle Rickey in Napa Victory Lane.
Noah Corner picks up the win, becomes the 62nd different winner in the SK Light Modifieds here at Stafford. Your first of, obviously, of the season. You went from 3rd to 1st on the last lap and a half. Bring us through it.
Oh, that was a wild finish. I saw Teddy wash up into Buckeye, and I figured that was my shot, and I took advantage of it. And I guess it worked out. We're on top.
Who do you have to thank? A lot of folks down here.
Oh, there's an unbelievable amount. My father, first and foremost, Mid-State Site Development, H.O. Penn, Canton Napa, Keith Rocco, and you can't forget about Doug Dunleavy, who put on this great event. The amount that he does for modified racing is spectacular.
Ran just 2 races here a year ago, and here you are, 4 races in, top 5 in points, and now in Napa Victory Lane. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Noah Corner, your race winner here tonight in the 40-lap Doug Dunleavy special event for the SK Light Modifieds. Let's hear from our second-place finisher, Teddy Hodgson. He's with John Yates.
Okay, and Teddy absolutely drove an awesome race, man. I know you got some contact there towards the tail end of that feature, and just a tough loss, I'm sure, but second place, not bad.
Yeah, I screwed myself going into one there. It was all my fault. And that left the door open for Noah, and he, he made me move the 3, which was fine. And no, it's a big race. I get it, but we have a lot more races this year, and we know we have the fastest car here. So we're just gonna go show them the rest of the year. So yeah, I show my mark out here, and we're gonna do it again.
There he is, man, Teddy Hodgson. How about some sponsors on that car?
Yeah, I gotta thank Monterey Fuel, Keith Walker Racing for the awesome setup today.